as you can see, I've cracked my bin cage in the process of me cutting out the window. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little piece of plastic that I cut off from the piece that came out. So I'm going to heat up the plastic, holding it with the pliers, and then squeeze it onto the worst of the crack right here. I'm going to try and get it out of the way of the top because that might interfere with the lid. So I'm going to put it underneath the lip right there. And if that sticks pretty well, maybe I'll do another one on the inside of this part. And I'm definitely going to want to try and get this before the whole piece breaks off. And I'm just doing this until it's kind of gooey. I'm going to put the camera down so I can do this a little more easily. Oh wow, it's turning black. So the piece turned completely black. It started just oozing all over the place. I didn't really have enough time to shove it in there because I was trying to work the camera, but this is on there. Like, it's as good as the plastic. So I'm gonna go ahead and break this off and try again, do it a little more neatly this time. I'm just cutting these down a little bit smaller. I did try again and it seemed like it was easier to manipulate a smaller piece. I'm kind of giving up on fixing a whole sheet of the plastic flat onto the box. I'm gonna go more for just mushing in the liquid plastic from the piece. I've got a pretty secure piece in there right now. This part is pretty much closed up, so I'm just going to try and shove more in there to kind of ensure that it doesn't crack off over time. Alright, so it's on fire. I'm just doing this so that it has more time to stick on before it hardens. So that piece is in there, and it's now hard in there. Almost cut my glove. Oh, I did. Cut my glove. That's okay. I'm gonna go in from... It's not as pretty as I would like it to be. I was hoping that it would become clear when it melts. That I'm just burning it. That's fine. As long as it does the job. Alright, I'm working with very small pieces now, just to get them in a smaller spot. It's really the smoke that's making it black, I think. If I can keep it out of the smoke, that should... Okay. Yeah. You know, that's probably fine. It's dirty. I've moved my operation to inside the bin. I've got a piece of plastic down in case it drips. I have figured out that if you hold the plastic more underneath the flame at a vertical angle as opposed to a horizontal one, it won't catch as much smoke and it will dry more clear. Need to cut a new piece of plastic off. If you're trying to patch up a large area, I still recommend using small pieces. Do a dry fit. See how you can kind of cobble them together. I think that overall will give you a better result. But with this one, I'm not trying to melt it as long. I don't want it to catch on fire right now. I just want the side that's going to go against the cage to melt. Alright, I'm catching a bit of smoke here because the piece is big. Okay, so I'm using the pliers to just flatten that. I guess I'm smearing it. Not the prettiest thing, but that's on there pretty well. This piece I didn't get to it fast enough. But there, that's patched. Very small pieces are easier to work with. I'm trying to avoid putting it up here on top of the flame because that'll turn it black with smoke. And I want it pretty gooey, like almost ready to drip off, and then I will just stick it right on and smooth it out with my pliers. That one might have been a bit too warm, but we'll give it a try. If you want to smooth out your application, you can turn your bin sideways and heat it up with the lighter while you're pressing down with your pliers. I'm gonna do that here in a sec. Here's what it looks like from the outside. Again, it's not very pretty. I'm gonna still smooth this out a little bit. Here's where I cooked it in the smoke, so it turned black, and then I wised up a little bit, and it's a little bit clearer here. Side note, I'm using paper towels to protect my bin from the dripping wax from the candle, but I'm using this sheet of plastic from the bin to protect from anything hot that might fall down. I do not want to catch my paper towels on fire. This is a safety hazard, and do it at your own risk. And there's my repaired bin. The plastic is bonded, so it's as sturdy and as good as new.